Hi, welcome to Photoshop web design project. So we are going to continue to look at our case study. This is a list of suggestions how you should use this video. The notes for this video can be found here, which is loaded here on this web page, and we are on step 2. Okay, we are going to carry on from where we stopped. So if we look at our CTEM Web Design 2026, and we have our sketches here. So this is where we stopped. Okay, and this is the first page, and this is the second page. Okay, and in our sorry, let me just repeat that. This is the first page, the index page, and this is the second or other pages, which is the contact us page, and we can use the same template for other pages. So we were working on the design prototype index.psd. So if we open this, we should be able to just open it in Photoshop. Okay, and we have different layers and all done here. Before I even move on, I'm going to make a copy of the index. So come back here, make sure you're looking at view details, not large icons. And we're going to make a copy of the index. Right-click copy, right-click paste. And since this index is after video 10, I'm going to rename this index to -10. So keep a copy of your PSD file, mainly because Photoshop is not very stable. When you put too many visual elements, things are just going to not work very well. Okay, so later we are going to collapse certain things, but meanwhile, we are going to keep it as different layers. Okay, all right, before I even move on to the next page, so if you look at it here, we have the jumping sidekick, we have the logo, and then we have the two rectangles. Okay, I'm going to start to make a template of the contact us page, which looks like this. So we have a logo and we have a person jumping. All right. So here we are going to make another copy of the index. Sorry, I already have a contact us page here. Let me delete that. You shouldn't have that. Okay, so let's make a copy of the index. Right-click copy, right-click paste, and then rename this to contact us. Okay, and I'm going to open this contact us in PSD. So remember, we want to make two pages. One is index, one is contact us. Okay, so we are going to go to the index. It looks good. Contact us, we are going to make it look different. Okay, so this is a contact us page. This is the index page. We are going to work on them at the same time. So in the contact us page, we do not need a lot of things. Okay, so we are going to get rid of them. So we still need a background, of course, and the background is pretty fixed. So technically, I can actually go to the background, and we are not going to change the background. If you want to change it, you shouldn't do this, but if you don't want to change the background like me, I'm going to just right-click on the background and says that, so make sure that you're working on contact us. We are not working on index, okay? It can get a little bit confusing. So we are working on the contact us. Right-click on the background and say, I want to merge group. So you technically collapse the background and make it into an image, okay? And I'm going to lock it. And then I'm going to unlock this thing, which we don't really need anymore. Okay, I'm going to unlock this. This is the layout for layout purpose. I'm also going to merge group. I'm sorry. I'm also going to Wait a minute, I think I need to open it first. And then I'm going to, okay, I'll try to merge this one, but I think there's a subgroup inside, so I'm going to merge this one first. Okay, and then I'm going to make it visible. And then I'm going to merge group. Okay, so, and I'm going to lock this again. So I merge the background and merge the drawing that's provided for our layout. Okay, and for boxes at the back, I'm only going to need one of them. I'm only going to need a rectangle 4, so I'm going to delete rectangle 8. I can just drag it to the trash. Just drag this rectangle to the trash can, trash bin. So I just need this one, okay, 4, okay, and then I'm going to make the top. Let me do a file save, and then I'm going to make the top different. All right. The first thing I'm going to get rid of is one of the boxes. Okay, so let's say this is 9 and this is 10. So let's say I don't need 10. I'm going to delete the 10, just trash it to the bin. Okay, and I would, this is 3 and this is 4. I don't need a 3. I'm just going to trash the 3 to the bin. Okay, and then let's make this one looks like this. So I'm going to extend my rectangle 2. You can use move 2 actually, but you can also use scale 2. So let's open up the properties of rectangle 2 and look at this. So in order to move this, you have to uncheck the maintain aspect ratio first. If you uncheck that, you can just use the move tool to scale it. Okay, so now you make this, let me select it again, I believe it's rectangle 2. So you make rectangle 2 into this, click on rectangle 2 again, you make this into this dimensions, and now you want to lock it again, lock the aspect ratio again. So make sure you lock the aspect ratio again, okay, and then you can, boxes at the back is not done yet. Okay, sorry, I cannot lock it. So I have to move back to rectangle 9. Okay, again, it's kind of interesting because if you look at rectangle 2, the reading is 1, 2. Okay, I'm going to write it down. The reading is 1294 times 20201. Okay. So I'm going to make it smaller to the inner rectangle is going to be smaller, 1284 and 191. Okay, just remember that. This guy's okay. So now I did this one, rectangle 2. I'm going to move the rectangle 9. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that property is on, uncheck the maintain aspect ratio so I can just scale it anywhere I want, but I will not be able to get the exact size. Let me select rectangle 9 again. Remember, I want 1284 and 191. So now what I did was I made the inner rectangle 10 pixels smaller. Okay, so it looks like a frame. Okay, and then later we can do tricks with it. All right, so let me do a view fit on screen. And then I'm going to move, remember what we like about this one. So I'm going to move this, where's my boxes back? I'm going to move the rectangle 2, sorry, rectangle 4, move, I'm going to drag it up. Here. Okay. Yep, that looks good. And then I'm going to get rid of the latest news. So come over here. I'm just going to delete the latest news here. Okay. And then I need to make the jumping sidekick within the, oh, okay, go back to rectangle 9. I forgot about that. Go back to rectangle 9 and lock the aspect ratio. Always lock the aspect ratio, or else later you're going to regret certain things when you try to resize. Okay. Go back to jumping sidekick, make sure the aspect ratio is locked, and make this guy smaller. And then move it. Okay, so now the contact us page looks good. Let me do a file save. Apply. Okay. Yep, I pretty much can lock the boxes at the back now. So I'm going to lock it, collapse, and then we are going to work on the top banner, which is contact us page later. Do a file save. Okay, so this is a good place to save a copy of the contact us. Okay, so I'm just going to come back here. So we have index 10. I'm going to make a copy, save your contact us. Make sure you save your contact us here. And then come back here and make a copy of the contact us. And let's just call this contact us 11. Okay, because it's like after video 11. So we are going to go back to work on the index. All right, so let's go back to the index. So this is when we are going to do a lot of stuff, and then we are going to collapse the layers, okay? Before we do this stuff, let's collect some of the things we can collapse now. So for example, let me close my properties. So for example, all the grids provided, we can collapse this. So let me just check this, make sure it's visible, right click and say merge group. So we collapse that. We can also collapse the background because we don't need it anymore. So let me just unlock it. And then we are going to merge group. So we collapse the background, and then we're going to lock this too again. Okay, lock and lock. Boxes at the back. We are not going to change boxes at the back. So I'm going to unlock this, and then we are going to merge group. Okay, so this whole thing is just become a whole big image now. Okay, so we're going to lock it. And then we are going to do the, let me just leave the top navigation for now. And then we're going to do the top banner. Okay. All right, I think we can just quickly finish the top banner, and then we can merge group the top navigation. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so we need to put some text. So let's go to here. So we are working on the top banner here. So go to the text tool, select the school information and type. It's probably too small, so we are going to change to 22 points. Maybe 24 points, see how it goes. Okay, we can just type in some fake phone numbers. Of course, if your school is real, you need real phone numbers. So let's say I have two schools. Okay, and then let me go and do a view fit on screen. And I can move this. Okay, and then we are going to change the latest news. Let's say 20. So that is good. Let's do a file save. And then we are going to put in some fire to make it more interesting. Okay, so make this. All right, just do a file open, or I can go and choose my fire. So let's go to our. So let's say I really like this fire, so I'm going to open this in Photoshop. Then I'm going to, so now I have, how many files I have? I have index, I have contact us, and I have the fire. Okay, I don't need to contact us anymore because I saved it. So let me close the contact us. We're going to work on it later. So now I have the fire and the index. So I'm going to come here and do a window arrange to up vertical. And I'm going to drag the fire over to the right side. So I'm going to use the move tool, drag the fire to the right side. I may need to drag twice. Okay, if first time doesn't work, you may need to drag twice. Obviously it works. So I'm going to close this. And now I'm going to use the zoom tool and press the Alt key, here. Press the Alt key on your keyboard to zoom it out. So realize my fire is huge and my fire is somewhere here. Okay, I'm just going to rename this layer 1 to fire 1. And I'm going to use the move tool to select the fire. So since the property is locked, the aspect ratio is locked, I should be able to just resize it like this. It's kind of really cool. So I'm just going to resize. I'm going to move it up, resize. Move it up. Move it up. Rotate. Move it smaller. Okay. So now I'm going to move the fire below the rectangle 10. I think this one is 10. Let me do a view fit on screen. Okay. And then I can move the fire a little bit more below, use my arrow key. So it's like he's jumping on the fire. Okay. All right, and then fire 1 is on top of rectangle 10. I'm going to right click here. Oh, for that, I'm going to choose the, okay, I'm going to right click on the fire and say, did I change it? I think I didn't. Right click on the fire and I say, create clipping mask. So now the rectangle below is going to cut the fire. So that is called clipping mask. Okay. So it's like he's jumping on a fire. And then I'm going to put a little bit of fire on top of rectangle 9. Right. So let's do that again. But it doesn't look very good because for now, the color here is different. Okay. Rectangle 10 color is different. So I can change the fill of rectangle 10 to be the same as the background of the fire. So I'm going to choose the fill, click on this, and then just eyedrop the fire color and say OK. So now the top has the same color now. Okay. File save. I'm going to make another fire here. So let's do that again. File open. I don't need to do file open, sorry. I can just go to here. Let's use the same fire. View. Sorry, window arrange tool vertical. Window arrange and then drag this over. Okay, now we are a little bit more careful. So in the index, make sure you choose rectangle 9 first. So the fire will be in between the rectangle 10 and rectangle 9. Drag this fire over. So first time doesn't work, you have to drag twice. Close this, do not save. Zoom out, Alt key. Oops. Where's my fire? It's called layer 1 here. Move to, it's big. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to rename this layer 1, double click on it, fire 2, okay? And then I'm going to do a view fit on screen. Fire 2 is going to click by rectangle 9, so right click on fire 2, create clipping mask, okay? File save. All right, so we are pretty much done. Let me close the properties, do a view fit on screen. We are pretty much okay. It doesn't allow me to click because the fire is big, I think. All right, now fill on screen. No, because I need to select something else before they allow me. So I have fire here, makes it interesting. So file save. This is a good chance to just keep a copy of this. Okay. Okay, that's a good time to keep a copy of this. But before I even keep a copy of this, I'm going to collapse the layer. So go to the top banner and right click and merge group. So the top banner become one piece. We are done with it. We don't really need to touch it. Okay, we are just going to, oops, I did undo, cannot do that. Sorry, I forgot one thing. The color here is not right. Okay, so let's go to rectangle 9. There's a part of color, it doesn't look right. I'm going to go to the properties. Sorry, make sure that you undo what I just did. Go to the fill, pick here, and click here. Okay, now the color is the same now. I'll do a file save. And then close the properties, go to top banner, and I can just merge group. And then I can lock it. So my top banner is done. File save. Okay, so as you can see, we don't have a lot of stuff now, so we are just going to work on the top main content and footer, which is here later. But now it's a good time to save a copy. Since I saved my index, now it's a good time to save a copy of my in CTEM Web Design 2026, 21. This is a good time to save a copy of my index. So I'm going to copy my index, do a paste, and rename it to index 11. So if anything goes wrong, I have something to work with in the last step, okay? And although we are going to continue to work on index, but at least I have index 10 with certain visual elements before I collapse the groups, merge groups, and I have index 11, and then I have my content as 11, so that's really good, okay? All right, that's a good place to stop. I'm going to come back to finish the content real soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.